Hi there, today I'm unboxing and setting up some smart GU10 spotlights. So this particular set is from Ajax Online. Details are in the description below for anyone thinking of purchasing. So let's take a quick look at one of the boxes. Has some details regarding it: 4.5 watts, 380 lumens, 16 million colors on there, RGB, cool white and warm white as well. Color temperature value there. It works with Amazon Alexa and Google Home for voice control. They're dimmable via app control and it's hub free as well. Quick look on the side here. A+ energy rating, just app details there, obviously Smart Life, and some basic details. So like with any other Smart Life bulb, you've got remote connectivity, you can dim the brightness, change the color, set a schedule, share with other people, group the lights together, and control with Alexa and Google Home. Coming around this way, back to the beginning. So let's open it up and see what they give in the package. So I'll be doing a pack of 9. So I'll be installing all of these in our studio, just test them out. So you've got a bulb and there's nothing else in there. Just to note, in terms of size, it's a standard size GU10. So I've got another one here just as an example. You can see there's no height difference. Previous one from Ajax Online was slightly larger. So this is probably much better than that, only because it's a standard size, plus it's got RGB, cool white and warm white on there. Coming around here, see the values on there, and I thought it's worth comparing it to another smart bulb. So this one's from Lohaz. Now the only difference here, the Lohaz one doesn't have cool white on there. So functionality wise, on the Ajax Online one, you actually get more functionality on there. Looking on there, that's how you see it. So it's all glazed over quite nicely. Whereas the Lohaz one, you can make out some of the LEDs underneath that. It's got vents on the Lohaz one, not on this one. In terms of build quality, seems fine. Nice, good construction to it, and standard size, which is key for me here. Just to highlight, the bulbs also come with some instructions for pairing up the device to the Smart Life or to your app. Very easy to do. I've shown it many a times in a number of videos, and not complex in any way. In terms of support, it's also worth mentioning that Ajax Online have a website, so ajaxonline.co.uk, and this is a UK-based company. They have a fast email response time, they say up to 2 hours, and they also have phone support as well. And if you look on the website, there's also a knowledge base. If you're having issues, you could also have a quick look around here regarding any problems you experience with their products. Let's install the bulb. I'm at my fixture here, unlock it, take it out, remove it from the retaining clips, so that's the existing one out, put the new one in, and then put it in position. And there you go, simple as that. Now I'm going to be replacing all the spotlights here. So the best method to do this is to pull all the bulbs out first and then configure them one at a time. So we'll do the first one here, and then I'll just repeat the same process with the other bulbs, still using the same fixture in place, and one by one I'll configure them. Once they're all done, then I'll put them in the correct position. Let's make a start at setting up this smart bulb. So I'm at my Android phone here. If I go to the Play Store, the app we're after is Smart Life. So it's that one there, but also Tuya SmartWorks as well. So if I click on Smart Life, I've already got it installed. So if you haven't, obviously install it. Once you've installed it, you'll be asked to set up an account. Set your account up, and then once you've signed in, this is what you'll be presented with. Now to add this in, you just click here in the corner on the plus, go to lighting, Wi-Fi, and we need to get the bulb in a flashing state if it's not already flashing. So let me turn the lights on in the room. So the bulb's already in a flashing state. If it isn't, you just turn the switch off about 4 or 5 times, and then it will just start flashing automatically. Now, as this is flashing, let me just click the confirm button. Next, I need to enter in my Wi-Fi password. Mine's already cached as I've used the app multiple times. So let me click confirm, and let's give it a moment. So there you go, the bulb's added in successfully now. So let me click done. Okay, so I've repositioned the camera to show the light clearer. Now, looking at the app, if I come back for a moment, so you can see here, there's a shortcut button to enable you to turn it on and off. So I'll press that, there you go, turns off. Press it again, and there you go, turns on. Now coming down here, you've got some additional shortcuts as well. So you can turn it off, you've got the different modes there, brightness as well, you can just quickly adjust it from here, and then you've got color temperature. So you can change that as well. So no major need for having it there, but just another method of controlling it. Now, coming back to the actual bulb itself, standard options on here. So if I go into settings, you can see, so you can rename the device here. You've got the IP address details below that in device information. Tap to run. This is if you've used any automation with it. You can see it all appear there. There's all the third-party controls it can work with. Offline notification. If it does go offline, you can get a notification for that. And then coming down below, you can share it with other people. You can create a group to group multiple bulbs together. So this is a really good option. I'll show that later. FAQ feedback, check device network, and check for firmware update, and then finally remove device. Coming back, then obviously you can control the bulb from here, turn it off, turn it on. You've got the white mode here. So if I change that, this is where you've got the warm white. So warm white on that side, cool white on that side, and then obviously brightness levels there. So it goes right down, and I can just slowly amend it to the maximum. Now coming down, and then color mode. So it looks like good color representation from this one. There you go, just change it, flick around. But looks good. And again, color saturation on that as well. Let me go to red. I can increase the saturation level, and then a brightness as well. Standard functionality. Okay, coming back, and then scenes. These are default scenes you have. You can even create your own if you wanted. So that's good. Now coming back from there. And then we have schedule going in there. You can add a timer. So for this to work, you have to leave your switch for your lights in the on position. Now, once it's in the on position, then you can set timers on this, and you can get the lights coming on and off at certain times. And you can see here, you've got repeat mode here, which has days of the week, so you can pick certain days. Note, you can put a note against it. Notification, so you can get a notification when it does turn on or off. And then switch, so depending on what you want to happen, turn on or off. Very easy, standard functionality which is available on most devices, which are Smart Life and Tuya. And you've seen for yourself, very easy to set up the bulb. So now what I'm going to do, off camera, I'll just configure all the other bulbs in one go, and then we can test them all out. Now I've installed all the bulbs. As you can see, the lights are on now. And just to show them in action, so I can control each and every one of them, turn them all off one by one. There you go. That's the cool thing about it, is the fact that you can control individual bulbs and you can group them together. And that's a better way to use them. So if I go to one of the bulbs here, let's go to the first one, doesn't matter which one you go to settings, create a group, and now I select all the bulbs. Now if I click save, that's the group name, click save to that, and there you go, that's the group for it. Now if I click there, they all turn on. All turn off as well. So that's where it's quite cool. You can control individual bulbs, you can group different bulbs together. So now if I turn it on, go here, you can change color settings for all of them at the same time. Color representation is very good. And what I like about these in comparison to the LOHAS ones is that it's got the cool white option as well. So you've got a little bit more functionality. Now coming back from here, if I go to the top, the groupings over here, now the LOHAS ones didn't do this, but if I drop down, there's a shortcut here as well to control them all at the same time. So I can make a quick change there. Go to mode, go to white mode, brightness, take that up, take that down, color option. So nice, so you've got this functionality there, and then going in there, obviously you can play around with it there too. Now that's one example of usage where you group all the bulbs together. Now, let me create 3 other groups. So I'll create it for each row. So this one, and this one. Now I've created 3 groups, as you can see, and just to note, grouping can be done as many times as you want and in any order you want. So if you wanted a certain combination of different light bulbs grouped together, that's possible too. Now to show it in action, here we go. So if I just press that, turns that row off, then the middle one, and then finally the one at the side. Now what's quite cool about this, obviously you've got the shortcut there, so I can turn it on from there, go in there, quickly adjust the brightness levels, so that's at 100% anyway, so if I take it down, there you go, it comes down. Color temperature, you can amend that as well, same as before, like a standard bulb. Now going in there, so again, you can control it like that and adjust it just for those bulbs, which is quite nice functionality. Take the color temperature to warm, and now if I go to color mode, you can just have specific colors just for these. There you go. And if you wanted to mix it up, obviously that's possible as well. So I can leave those on blue, come in here, turn these on and change these to red. Let's finally come in to the last set here and then green on these. How cool is that? So this option is probably better than just having standard GU10 bulbs and a smart switch, because a smart switch could just turn the lights on and off, nothing beyond that. You can't control individual bulbs, you can't change colors on the individual bulbs, so more of a clever option to this. So next thing to show is remote connectivity. So if I drop this down, turn off my Wi-Fi, let's give it a moment to connect to 4G. Now if I try turning them off, there you go, works seamlessly, no issues there at all, and cloud-based connectivity just like any other Smart Life 2-year product. Next thing I wanted to show is the scenes you have with this. So these are default scenes, you can define your own if you wanted to. So if I go into the bulk group where I've got all the items in there, go to their scenes, and this is where it's quite cool. So some of them will alternate the colors. You can see it with this one. I think this one changes the colors, there you go. Just automatically cycles through the different ones. If I go here, you can see the options in there. So you can add more in if you wanted to. So if I went there, click add on that. Come back to there, and if I speed it up, there you go. Cool bit of functionality here. Let's go even crazy with this. Bit intense really. Color representation on the bulbs is very good. See for yourself. Pretty impressive. Next, let me show how to get the spotlights working with voice control using both the Google Home product and the Amazon voice control product. Now, looking on my phone, I've got the Google Home app here. So if I go for that one first, clicking in there, click on the plus in the corner, set up device, works with Google. We want to search for Smart Life. That's the service we're after. Get it added in, enter in your credentials that you use for the Smart Life app. Once you've added it in, you'll see the following. So let me go back. If I scroll down, there you go. Each individual bulb is shown here. So if I show here, turn each one off if I wanted to. There you go. And if I go into one of them, you can obviously turn it on and change color as well. All standard functionality. Nothing new here. I've shown it many a time on other videos. And if I come back from there, you can rename it from here. And you can add to a room if you wanted to as well. Next, let's give the bulb a more distinctive name. So I'll call it Test Bulb 1. Coming back. Now if I unmute my Google Home,
the microphone is back on.
I can say turn off Test Bulb 1.
Okay, turning off the Test Bulb 1.
Turn on Test Bulb 1.
Sure, turning on the Test Bulb 1.
Change Test Bulb 1 color to red.
Okay, changing the Test Bulb 1 to red.
Change brightness on Test Bulb 1 to 1%.
Okay, setting the Test Bulb 1 brightness to 1%.
There you go, as simple as that to get voice control working with the Google Home. Next, let me show the same functionality with the Amazon device. So I've got the app here. If I click on there, come here at the side, go to Skills and Games and search for Smart Life. That's the skill we're after. If I click on it, mine's already enabled. So if yours is not, obviously enable it. It'll ask for your credentials for the Smart Life app. Once you've entered them in, if I now go to devices, lights, if I scroll down, you can see all the bulbs there. Now, if I go to the first one there, standard functionality, just like with the Google Home. Change the color as well. Come to blue. And now if I come back, you also got the option to rename it. So let me call it a more distinctive name. So I'll call this one test bulb as well. So it's just one of the bulbs. And now if I unmute my device, I can say, turn off test bulb 1.
Okay.
Turn on test bulb 1.
Okay.
Change test bulb 1 color to green.
Okay.
Change brightness on test bulb 1 to 100%.
Okay.
There you go, as simple as that to do voice control on the Amazon device. Next, let me show the functionality on an iPhone for the Spotlight. So just to note, it doesn't work with Apple HomeKit. You still have to use Smart Life. Now, I've got the Smart Life app installed. Let me go in there. Now, if I come down to the bottom, you can see Smart. Clicking on there, you can see the tap to run automations that have been created. So I've created 2 here. One's called turn off spotlights and the other one's called turn on spotlights. Coming into one of them, you can see it controls the grouping and it turns it off, and that's for the off. And obviously for the on, you can see the on is for the grouping there. Now, if I come back and you can see at the bottom, add to Siri. If I click on that, and this is where you link it in with Siri. So if I click there, you can see when I say turn off spotlights, that's what it will do. So if I click add to Siri, I'll do the same for this one. And now if I come back and I say turn off spotlights.
Okay.
Turn on spotlights.
Okay.
There you go, as simple as that to get working with an iPhone and voice control controlled via Siri. So there you go, you've seen the unboxing and setup of these GU10 smart bulbs from Ajax Online. Very simple to set up and configure like any other Smart Life 2-year device. In terms of functionality, probably the best one I've seen so far because it's got the cool white, warm white and the RGB on there too. In terms of brightness levels, they're very high. So there you go, hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing these. Details are in the description below. Thanks for viewing and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.